As we travel through the charming fairy tale towns of Europe, you'll feel like you've stepped into a storybook. Every town has its own unique beauty, with its picturesque cottages and winding cobblestone streets, and it promises to take you on a journey you won't soon forget. It is time to explore. So let's not waste any more time waiting. Hallstatt, Austria. This town in Austria is surrounded by the beautiful hills of the Dachstein mountain range. It's still beautiful after all these years. Imagine a row of colorful houses with unique saltbox roofs lined up along Lake Hallstatt's shore. The water in Lake Hallstatt is so clear that you can easily see the houses. This lovely scene is what makes Hallstatt known as the Pearl of the Salzkammergut. The town has a history that goes back a very long time. According to history, people used to mine salt. The beautiful parish church is the main attraction. The Gothic tower, which dates back to the 1600s, is very tall. The town's narrow streets wind through old and ornamented houses with many small details and overflowing flower boxes. At Lake Hallstatt, there is peace and quiet. Hallstatt is a place where time seems to have stopped. Its stunning natural beauty, long history, and traditional village vibe give a glimpse into a world of peace and stunning scenery. Sussex, England. A history as deep and thick as the chalk cliffs that encircle Sussex, a county on England's southern coast. There is evidence that people lived here during the Paleolithic period, and villages did very well during the Bronze Age. By the time the Romans came to Britain in 43 AD, Sussex was already at the front of the line. They built beautiful forts and houses. Soon after the Romans left, the Anglo-Saxons came to Sussex and set up kingdoms. They left their mark on the land with impressive hill forts. About 1.5 million people live in Sussex today, spread out in a wide range of towns and villages. But what really makes Sussex amazing is how its natural beauty and historical tapestry work together in such a dramatic way. The Seven Sisters, those white chalk rocks, watch over the English Channel and have been an inspiration to artists and writers for hundreds of years. King George IV transformed Brighton, once a small fishing village, into a bustling Regency resort town along the coast. The Royal Pavilion, a beautiful piece of architecture that combines Indian and Chinese styles, is a fun memory of the town's royal history. As you move inland, the South Downs National Park opens up. This park is a great place for wildlife lovers and hikers. There are rolling hills, old forests, and secret valleys that take you back in time. Bled, Slovenia. Bled, a glacial jewel in Slovenia's Julian Alps, has an intriguing history. There is evidence that people have lived in this area since prehistoric times. But it wasn't until a German bishop built a magnificent castle on the edge of the lake about 1000 AD that Bled came into its own. Following this, Bled became a religious and political center for centuries. Bled, a little town of 5,000, relies on tourism and preserves its heritage. Bled's beautiful blend of environment and human history is magical. Lake Bled, a glacier-carved marvel, is the star. Its clear waters mirror the majestic Julian peaks, producing a stunning sight. In the lake, there is a lush emerald island with the pilgrimage church of the Assumption. With its majestic bell tower, this 17th century church adds serenity. But the drama continues. A 1,000-year-old castle, Bled Castle, guards this postcard-perfect view from a cliff. The castle, originally a timber fort, became an important bishop's home during centuries of political intrigue. The ramparts and courtyards reveal Bled's rich history, while the towers offer a breathtaking view of the lake, island, and Julian Alps. Natural beauty and human history meet at Bled. The castle's grandeur, the lake's clarity, and the island church's peace form a stunning image. Tallinn, Estonia. Tallinn is the main city of Estonia. It has a lot of history, and it is so beautiful that it looks like a storybook. This medieval town is perched on top of Toompea Hill. The old stone walls would tell stories of bravery and strength. The old town is the crown jewel of Tallinn. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that has been kept in remarkably good shape. Around every corner, you can find a secret garden or a cute cafe. Tallinn's history began more than 1,000 years ago as a small trade post. Many countries, including Denmark, Sweden, and Russia, have ruled Tallinn over the years. Each of these countries left its mark on the city's culture and buildings. Tallinn has a fascinating mix of old and new things outside the old city walls. The modern city centre has sleek skyscrapers and museums of modern and contemporary art. Tallinn has a unique mix of medieval charm, modern energy, and amazing natural beauty that all work well together. Tallinn is a fascinating city that has something for everyone. Lauterbrunnen, Switzerland. The Swiss village of Lauterbrunnen is in the Bernese Oberland, which is full of tall mountains. The town is named after the Valley of Many Springs. Its history dates back to the 1300s, when farmers first moved into this breathtaking glacial valley. Glaciers thousands of years ago formed a U-shaped valley. On the valley floor, there is a cute town and green meadows. On either side, steep limestone cliffs rise sharply, with some reaching heights of more than 1,000 meters and cascading waterfalls down their faces. Lauterbrunnen has an amazing 72 waterfalls. Staubach Falls, Europe's largest free-falling waterfall, is the most well-known. It's a beautiful fall that drops 300 meters into the valley below. The valley's unique landscape and many water sources have made it what it is. Cows graze in the fields, traditional farming methods persist, and charming chalets protrude from the hillsides. Other towns, such as Wengen and Murren, rise on terraces elevated above the valley floor. The area is very beautiful, and these car-free zones help keep it that way. The constant roaring of waterfalls creates an orchestra, a natural soundtrack that gives the valley an energy-filled atmosphere. Hvar, Croatia. As vibrant as its summer lavender fields, Hvar, a Croatian island in the sun, has a rich history. People have lived here since ancient Greek times. The island witnessed the rise and fall of powers during the Roman era, known as Pharos, and the Venetian era, known as San Marco. The Adriatic island's strategic location has made it a treasure, resulting in a remarkable mix of cultural influences in its architecture and culture. Hvar's 11,000 residents rely on tourism and passionately preserve their traditions. Its natural beauty and open-book history make it magical. The island's southern shore, with its limestone cliffs, coves, and secret beaches, is perhaps its most stunning. Coastal fishing villages with colorful buildings add color. In summer, lavender fields covered the slopes, filling the air with their delicious perfume. The island's main town, Hvar Town, is a charming maze of small streets lined with buildings from the Venetian Renaissance. History aficionados can explore the 16th century Hvar fortress's ramparts for breathtaking views. Burano, Italy. Burano is a group of 4 islands in the Venetian lagoon with colourful houses. In the beginning, fishing was the main source of income in Burano. But in the 1600s, lace making became popular and lasted for hundreds of years, earning the island a name for its beautiful lacework. The bright colours in Burano are, without a doubt, the most striking thing about it. Along the narrow canals are houses in shades of lemon yellow, turquoise, crimson, and lavender. Their bright colours stand out against the blue water and golden Venetian sun. According to a story, fishermen painted their homes bright colours so that they could be seen when it was dark in the morning. The bright-coloured houses have become Burano's trademark, turning the island into an outdoor art gallery. Besides being beautiful to look at, Burano gives you a taste of life at a slower pace. Bruges, Belgium. Nestled in the heart of Belgium, Bruges is a historical treasure trove of picturesque canals, medieval architecture, and rich history. For its beautiful waterways and more than 80 bridges, Bruges is known as the Venice of the North. Cobblestone alleys bordered with picturesque guild buildings and Gothic cathedrals characterize the city's well-preserved medieval centre, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bruges is a popular destination for art aficionados because of its museums housing world-renowned Flemish primitive paintings, and for chocolate lovers, the city is a paradise. Bruges, with its lively market square and peaceful beguinage, is a fascinating combination of old-world allure and contemporary delights. Corniglia, Italy. Corniglia is the crown jewel of Cinque Terre National Park, a peninsula on Italy's northwest coast that stands 100 meters above the water. Perched on a cliff and accessible only by a 382-step climb known as Lauterbrunnen, or a shuttle bus, Corniglia distinguishes itself from its nearby towns. Corniglia has stayed more traditional and out of the way compared to the other towns. There is evidence that Corniglia has Roman roots. The village's name is derived from the Roman family gens Cornelia, who may have owned the land. Several powerful families owned it in the Middle Ages. In the 13th century, the Republic of Genoa bought it. Corniglia has never had many people. There are only about 236 people living there now. Sibiu, Romania. Sibiu, a charming Romanian town in the Carpathians, has a 12th century history. Sibiu became famous in the Middle Ages, but archaeology reveals communities existed earlier. Hungarian King Giethoorn II invited the German Saxons to settle there. Sibiu became a commercial hub for centuries because of these exceptional artists and merchants. Sibiu's architectural highlight is its ancient town, surrounded by majestic walls and towers. A magnificent variety of architectural types fill this dense network of cobblestone streets and small lanes. Sibiu's cultural scene includes many festivals, concerts, and events. Theatres, art galleries, and museums in the city show off the area's rich cultural heritage, helping visitors learn more about Romanian history and customs. Giethoorn, Netherlands. One of the most beautiful and peaceful places in the Netherlands is Giethoorn, a town in the northeastern province of Overijssel. Giethoorn is different from most Dutch towns because it doesn't have many roads. Hundreds of years ago, peat extraction left behind a maze of canals. Giethoorn changed with the times, becoming a town where water rules. The village's name gives you an idea of where it came from. Giethoorn derives its name from the numerous goat horns discovered in the marshlands during the excavation of peat. These horns were left over from a flood that occurred in the 10th century. The waterways are crossed by more than 180 bridges, creating a beautiful web of wooden buildings and sparkling water. The most apparent thing about Giethoorn is its absence of road noise. Nearly no cars are in town. Punters use long poles to navigate the calm waters of a system of canals for transportation. Imagine going through the canals in silence, with only the sound of the water splashing against the boat to break the silence. Along the canals are homes with thatched roofs and muted colors. The water sparkles and reveals its effects. Rovinj, Croatia. The peninsular town of Rovinj in Croatia is lovely. Like its beautiful harbour buildings, the past is complicated and multi-layered. Evidence suggests people lived here in the 7th century BC. Rovinj's buildings changed after many years of Venetian dominance. The Venetian authority built 3 town gates and 2 rows of fortification walls surrounding Rovinj, which are still visible. At this time, they completed the late Renaissance Balbi Arch, which currently leads to the Bay Pier. After Venetian dominance, numerous ownership changes enriched Rovinj's unique culture. Approximately 13,000 people live in Rovinj. Rovinj's magic is its transformation from an island to a shore town. Remember when Rovinj was an island and its harbour was a vital link to the world? In 1763, one remarkable technical feat changed Rovinj's surroundings forever. The Venetian authorities built the peninsula by filling in the channel, separating the island from the shore, a large undertaking. Reclaiming land, expanded the town, and strengthened its connection to Croatia's shore. Climbing the hill to the Church of St. Euphemia offers a beautiful view of the terracotta roofs tumbling down the slope, the bustling harbour, and the Adriatic Sea far in the distance. Alberobello, Italy. Alberobello, a town in southern Italy's Puglia, is in the middle of rolling hills. Trulli houses are a unique attraction. This image captures a town that appears to pause time, showcasing unique homes shaped like cones, crafted from the local limestone. The whitewashed walls and dark grey conical roofs of these Trulli are more than just homes. They show Alberobello's interesting past and how creative people can be. The exact history of the Trulli is still a bit of a mystery, but most ideas point to the 1600s. The Kingdom of Naples imposed high taxes on new, permanent homes during this period. The Alberobellese people came up with a clever way to get around the problem. They skillfully assembled the stones without the use of mortar in their dry stone constructions. This clever trick made it easy to take the houses apart and put them back together quickly if a tax collector showed up. Once the danger passed, reassembling the homes required minimal effort. Even museums have transformed some of the Trulli to depict the daily lives of the people residing in these remarkable homes. It's not just the Trulli who make Alberobello special. Cobblestone streets line the town centre, flanked by traditional whitewashed houses with bright doors. Imagine a huge area, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, where hundreds of these cone-shaped homes are crowded together, creating a scenery that is unlike any other in Italy. Visitors can hear history through the dry stone walls of Alberobello, where artistic expression and human creativity combine to create an awe-inspiring show. Signagi, Georgia. The beautiful Signagi, whose name means place of shelter in Turkic languages, is in the eastern Kakheti area of Georgia. This charming town has a long history that dates back to the early 1700s. During King Heraclius II's reign, Signagi changed a lot. It used to be a small town called Kambichovani or Kisiki. Because the king knew it was a good spot, he built a defensive fortress to protect it from raiding people. The town looks like a scene from a fairy tale. Pastel-colored homes with traditional wooden balconies cover the hillside. Their bright colors make the scenery a little more happy. Winding cobblestone streets make up the town's center. The defensive wall is without a doubt the town's crown jewel. Ascending the walls gives you stunning views of the Alazani Valley, with the snow-capped peaks of the Greater Caucasus Mountains in the background. Signagi is beautiful in more ways than one. The town's beauty and the fact that its marriage registration office is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, make it a unique place to say you love someone. You won't find a more beautiful atmosphere than in Signagi. Colmar, France. Located in the Alsace region, the lovely town of Colmar has charming canals, half-timbered buildings, and cobblestone lanes that give off an old-world vibe. Known as the Little Venice of France, its picturesque setting enchants tourists all year round. This lively town, which is home to some 67,000 people, has a history that goes back more than 1,000 years. Colmar's enchanting look has moved artists such as Hansi and Bartholdi, the man responsible for the Statue of Liberty. Colmar, a town renowned for its excellent wines, hosts the yearly Alsace Wine Fair, drawing wine lovers from all over the world. Český Krumlov, Czech Republic. Krumlov is so breathtaking and unreal that it feels like a princess might peek out from a window at any moment and cascade her hair down like Rapunzel. This town is located in the South Bohemian region of the Czech Republic, in the bends of the Vltava River. Its past is just as beautiful as the river that flows around it. Although the area had settlements dating back to the 13th century, it wasn't until the 16th and 17th centuries that the town really thrived under the control of the influential Rosenberg family. The Rosenbergs created a Renaissance masterpiece in Český Krumlov. They were referred to as architects because of their drive and skill. The town's 14,000 residents now live in a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which shows how the Rosenberg era has left a lasting mark. Český Krumlov's real beauty comes in its unique city plan and architectural tapestry. Imagine a town where the river Vltava flows smoothly around the historic center, making a peninsula in the shape of a horseshoe. Český Krumlov Castle showcases the region's architectural heritage with its Renaissance and Baroque features. One of the most impressive parts of the castle complex is the tall tower that gives you a view of the whole town and the countryside beyond. This wasn't just a place to live, it was like a small city in itself, complete with a theatre, parks, bear-baiting pits, a throwback to a less advanced time, and even a printing press. The large courtyards, intricate details on the castle's front, and secret rooms all hint at the Rosenbergs' wealth and cultural impact. The atmosphere of Český Krumlov is truly captivating, thanks to the mix of architectural types, the flowing river, and the rich artistic history. Visitors experience a sense of timelessness and the enchantment of a town meticulously crafted over hundreds of years. Kotor, Montenegro. On the Adriatic coast of Montenegro, there is a fortified town known as Kotor. The ancient old town, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the most interesting thing about the city. Where Venetian houses and Romanesque churches line winding, narrow streets made of cobblestones. Strong walls surround the town, providing protection for thousands of years. It's like going back in time when you walk through these old streets. The 12th century Kotor Cathedral is a masterpiece of Romanesque construction, and its tall bell tower commands the view. In the background, the dramatic Mount Lovćen is stunning, and the calm waters of Boka Bay reflect its sharp peaks. The famous Kotor Serpentine Road has a difficult but beautiful climb for people who want to get a rush of energy. This amazing piece of engineering winds its way up the mountainside, giving you beautiful views of the town and bay below at every turn. Did you enjoy it? Make sure to subscribe.